Hi, here I am showing the workflow of Bethbe trading ERP. So I am going to log in as an admin. So from here we can see the modules sales, purchase, inventory, accounting and the dashboard. So first of all I will just start with the purchase part because for trading purpose, first of all we just want to purchase the item, then it will affect on the inventory, then we can sell that one, apparently the accounts part as well. So I'll just go to the purchase module. From the purchase module we can see all the purchase orders here. On the top we have a menu called products. From the products menu we can create the item. So I'll just go to the product menu. From here I can create a new product or item. For this window I have to give the product name like item 1. I just want to give the item name. Then product type I have to choose as storable, then only it will track the inventory. Then product category, here I just want to add the category, or else I can create the category from here. So I'll add the category here which is already existing. So I can go through the configurations for this particular category by clicking here. So this option will show the costing method, inventory valuation and all other stock ledgers and the income account as well as the expense account. Then item code we have to give like internal reference. Then barcode also we have to give, or else the system will generate automatically. So I'll give it as manual. Then selling price we just want to give. Cost will take it from the purchase, or else we can give it as manual also. Customer tax is there. Unit of measure we can define or we can select from the existing. Then from the purchase window we just want to add the supplier, like for this particular item we may have multiple suppliers. So I'll just want to select from the supplier list, or else I can create the supplier from here itself. So while creating time it will ask for the type of supplier or vendor, whether it is an individual or a company. So I'll choose as company. I can fill all the details including the VAT number, the address, their payment terms. From here I can add the payment terms. So suppose I will choose a supplier like a new vendor, then I can add their pricing. Maybe they are giving for 200 for one piece. And validity option also is there. And yeah, that's it for the item creation or product creation. We can add the photo. We do have multiple languages. If I click here it will show the Arabic as well. We can give the Arabic name. Then on the top we can see the sold items, on hand, forecasted, the purchased, all those attributes related to the product. So I'll just save now. So now my item is already created. So I want to purchase that particular item, and I will go to the purchase menu, then create. So I'll select the new vendor, then vendor reference number I have to put. Then I want to select the items with which we are going to purchase that one. So I'll add the, I can search by barcode or item code or name. This is item 1 as a name. Automatically the price will pick from the product master as 200. So I am going to purchase like 5 piece. So now it is total amount is calculated as 1000 plus VAT. So I'll just confirm this order. After the confirmation I just want to receive the item like GRN. Here I have to add the received quantity. If it is 5, I just want to click on the validate button, or else I can give the received quantity what exactly. If it is 4 I can give as 4. Here we can see the destination location is our main warehouse. It is received from this supplier, so this is the GRN number. I will just validate this delivery order, then just apply. So now we received this 5 in our warehouse, this stock. So if I go to this particular item, I can see the on-hand quantities. Now it is 5, and here you can see the purchase is 5. So I'll go back to the PO. We have to create the bill against that particular vendor. This is the draft bill. We can change the date, or it is all about the access rights. Then we just want to post. So now the accounts will be affected, like the payable for this particular vendor. So if we are paying at the same time, we just want to go to register payment. Then we can put the payment as a whole or partially, both possible. There is a multiple option like PDC, manual, or check. So I will put it as cash payment. I'm going to pay full and just validate. This is the purchase flow. Now what we did, we confirmed a purchase order, we received the item, we validated that one, then we generated vendor bills. Against that vendor bill we did the payment as well. So that complete purchase flow is completed, and now we have this item 1 in our hand is 5. So if I go to the inventory part, in the inventory we have the options like inventory transfers. This is used for the internal transfers in between the branches, or the waste transfer, or whatever transfer internally that we can do. Then inventory adjustment means we can adjust the stock for a particular date or location or product wise. So if I want to adjust this purchased 5 item into 4, then I just want to go to the adjustment window. I'll put as a reference inventory adjustment. Location means our main warehouse. Then accounting date I will give it as today, and start inventory. Here I want to search for the item that we just created. Now you can see the on hand quantity is 5. I want to mark it as 4, like I want to make it as 4 manually, like a stock adjustment. I'll just put 4, then validate inventory. Now if I go to the item list like products, it will show the on hand quantity as 4. You can see here it is 4 only. So in the inventory part we do have the scrap, it is for the waste transfer. Then under master data we have product list, then lots and serial number. Reordering rules means if we have a threshold quantity, like we are setting an item as threshold quantity is 3, whenever the stock reaches at that level, automatically one PO will be generated. That is under this reordering rules. We can define that. Here you can see the product, minimum quantity, and warehouse and location. In the reporting side we have inventory report. It will show the inventory. So you can see here it is item 1. We do have 4 quantities. The value is 800 because for one piece it is 200 the cost. Then the location also it will show. Then we have forecasted inventory and inventory values and product moves. Under product moves we can keep track all the movement of a particular item. For this item 1 you can see this is a GRN, the warehouse in. From the vendors to our stock we received 5. Then we did an adjustment for 1 quantity, so that is it is showing here. And that is all about the inventory. From the configuration part we can define the multiple warehouses. We can create multiple warehouses. Under that we can create multiple locations. Here you can see 1 warehouse with 3 locations. If I go inside I can see the current stock of that particular location, the items. And if I go to the main warehouse I can just check the current stock from here itself. So it will show all the quantity as well as the value. This is all about inventory. And if I go to the sales part, what I am going to do, I will do a sale of like 3 quantity that we already purchased. I just want to create the sale invoice. I have to go inside the customer field. Then I just want to select the customer. If the customer is existing, we just want to select, or else we can create from here itself. The system will ask for whether it is an individual or a company. Then we have to fill all the details. So I'll choose an existing customer. Then the expiry, price list is there, payment terms we can choose. These all are not mandatory. Under the product we have to choose the particular item. So I will choose our newly created item as item 1. So from here you can see in the quantity there is an I button. We'll get the on hand quantity what it is. Now we have 4 pieces, so I am going to sell 3. So the unit price is automatically taken from the product master. This is 400. So total it will come like this. So this is how the sales window. We have a discount option, so I didn't enable that one, that's why it is not showing there. Then I'll just want to confirm this one. So now we created a sale order. We just want to deliver this item, or else we can create the invoice as well. So I'll deliver this item to the customer first. So I'll just validate. So now from our warehouse to the customer location is already delivered. Here you can see delivery address is that customer address, and the source location is our warehouse. Now I'll just go back to the sale order, and I want to create the invoice against that customer. I'll click on the create, and here it will show if there is any down payment or regular invoice. I'll create as a regular invoice. Then here the invoice is generated. First it will give a draft invoice that we can use as a pro forma invoice. Then I just want to post. Now the invoice is generated against KSA customer. If we are collecting the amount at the same time, we can just go to register payment and we can collect. So in this case I will show how we can collect it as like a payment voucher. I'm not doing from here. I'll go to the accounting module and I will collect the payment, then I will match with this invoice. So for that I want to go to the accounting module. From the accounting module, customers, then payments. I'll create a payment. From here I have to select the customer. It is KSA customer. Then I want to, from here I can check the invoice amount as well. Here you can see 1201 it is invoiced. So I'll collect now only 1000. Then I'll collect it as cash. Then confirm. After confirmation, right side you can see there is an option called payment matching. From the payment matching window I can match this payment to that particular invoice. So this is our payment, just click on that. This is our invoice. I will click here itself. So automatically this 1000 is matched with the 1380. So 380 we just want to collect again. So I will reconcile this one. So now this reconciliation and matching is done. So if I go back to the customer invoices, I can see that particular invoice. This is that one. Here you can see the total amount is 1380 and payment done is 1000 and remaining is 380. So this 380 I can collect from another time or the same time against the invoice, or we can use the payment voucher. So I'll go back to the sales part. In the sales part we can see all the quotations what we are sent to the customer, and status of the quotation is there, it will show. Then invoice status also it will show here, fully invoiced. From group by option you can filter by salesperson or customer or whatever the filters available. These all are the filters available. You can filter or group by. Then under product menu there is price list option. This price list option is used for the pricing for different customers. The reporting side we can see the sales, graphical representation, pie diagram, different formats, or Excel tabular format also is there. So that is all about the sales part. If I come to the accounting part, I do have the beautiful dashboard. Here you can see the income expense chart is there, invoices is there, and bank and cash is there, and top customers is there, aged payable, aged receivable. All of these things are in the dashboard. Then if we go to the customers part, we have customer invoices, credit notes, receipts, payment, follow-up reports, and customer list. Then vendors, we have bills, refund, receipts, payments, products, vendors list. In the accounting, we do have journal entries, the sales journal, purchase and journal, all those things. Then asset management is there. In reporting side, we do have all the financial reports, including BS, TB, and partner ledger, GL, profit and loss, partner aging. So all these reports are available. And we do have bank book, cash book, and day book, and aged receivable, like aged partner balance. And under the configuration, we can configure the tax percentage, we can create the journals, we can set up the bank accounts, we can set up the recurring templates, like if we have recurring expenses or recurring entries in the month, like rent, electricity, all those things, that we can automate using the recurring templates. Then we can set up the multiple currencies, we can set up the chart of accounts here, we can set up the journal groups, we can define the reconciliation models, and we can define the asset types. So I'll just go through the asset types. From here we can define the asset types, like if it is an electronics or furniture, whatever it is. Then we have to select the journal here, we have to select the asset account. Then depreciation entries, that also we have to select, we have to map. Then expense account we have to select. Then from here we just want to define which depreciation method is used, like linear or declined, that we can select from here. Accordingly, from the accounting menu we will get the entries, like the 5-year entries. So this is how the asset part. In the configuration, we do have chart of accounts, we can set up the chart of accounts. These all are already existing one, the template. Here we can create a new account with the code number, the name of the account, and the type. And we can group, like the ledgers we can group. Then there is a currency as well. Reconciliation, if it is involving reconciliation, we can just tick here. Then if we come again to the configuration part, we can create the recurring template, like we can define a name, then the pay time directly or later, the recurring period, if it is a monthly we can just keep month, starting date and the amount, then credit account and debit account. So this recurring template will help us to solve the monthly or recurring entries. If we come to the reporting part, we do have the partner aging, like partner aging report. It will show the aging bucket and the details. And in accounting menu we do have journal entries, so we can do any entries, like a journal. If I want to create a journal entry for a expense, like tea expense, I can just type the narration here, then accounting date as well as the journal. Then from here we have to add the accounts, the expenses, real, and here I can select whether it is a cash or bank or whatever it is, and automatically then just post. So it will post the entries, and in the balance sheet or the expense side it will show. So if I take the profit and loss, I can see this expense. Here you can see, I'll put the today's date and it will be filtered. So in the expense part, it will show that 5B, the 2 real. Here you can see the 2 SR. So this is how the reporting part works. So if I go to the balance sheet, I can see that cash transaction as well. So this is that to Saudi Riyal entry. So from the vendors menu, I will get all the bills of the supplier or vendor. Then it will show the payment status as well. If it is paid or not paid, I can filter from here not paid only, like this. Then I can just select all the non-paid and I can simply click the register payment, then it will register the payment altogether. In the vendors, we have the vendor list. It will show the vendors. In the customer as well, we will get the list of customers. So this is how the accounting module works. This accounting module is connected with all other modules. Whenever we purchase an item, automatically while we are receiving time, it will go to the balance sheet part like as a asset. Then whenever we want to post the invoice, purchase invoice, then it will reflect on the VAT account as well as the receivable, the payable account. And while sales time, it will affect on the income account as well as the receivable account. So this is all about the trading part. We do have a beautiful dashboard as well. From the menu we can just go to my dashboard, then we'll get the dashboard. From here we can customize all the fields, all the designs, colors and everything. So if I click here, it will show all the total sales, like sale orders. It will go to the down, and like that we can go inside for all the details. So it will now in the stock part, and customers total, whatever the field you can just go through. Then there is date filters, then layout we can edit, we can move here and there, we can add this much type of charts. Then all the data we can edit, like from here itself I can edit, I can change the color like this. So these all are customizable. From user side as well we can customize. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.